All right, guys, we're gonna get started here in just a few minutes. Gonna share this link out and around to see if we can get some folks to join in. We're gonna do a wind ring and wind adjustment, elevation adjustment tutorial, how to use the rings to your benefit. So we will get going here in just a minute. So stay tuned here. Next few minutes we'll get going. All right. Again, if you're just joining us, we'll get started here in just a minute. I'm gonna get some folks on. This is going to be a wind ring, wind adjustment, elevation adjustment tutorial. How to use the game at your advantage and the tools that are in the game for your advantage. So sharing this link around for the video, and we'll get going here in just about 2 minutes or so. All right, let's see how we're doing here. Got 5 or 6 folks in there. Good morning, good afternoon, happy summer day, happy Saturday, beer 30, whatever it is. If you are joining, jump in the chat, say hello so I know you're here. I wrote some notes down, and we're going to get playing here. We'll just play some games, and we'll walk through some wind adjustments and show you my thought processes, allow you guys to ask questions, interact, and see what we can do to help everyone out. Hope you guys are having a great day. We will start here in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'm going to share this link around for our channel a few more pages here. Let people allow people to get in the chat. Hey Ryan, good to see you, brother. Hey Tim, good to see you, bud. How's vacation going for you? Kind of jealous. My kids are swimming at their aunt's house with my wife and their Mimi, so got a little time to be online here. I know we're waiting for several folks, Chad and Risto, Junior, lots of folks to join, so we're gonna get this going here. All right, we'll go ahead. I'm gonna grind some points here, so we'll go ahead and play some games here. All right, All right. Okay, Ryan, thanks. Hey, Robert Tiller, good to see you, brother. Good morning or good afternoon, whatever it is for you here. All right, so today's deal is about wind adjustment and wind rings and elevation adjustment. So we're going to walk through tips and tricks to see what we can do to help everybody out. This is a bad example for our first tee drive here, but we're going to go ahead and give it a shot anyways. Hey, Chad, good morning. Good to see you, brother. Keep in mind the chat is about 15 seconds behind, maybe 20. So I will try to keep up with everyone as we're going here. And hopefully we can help you guys out. Please ask questions as much as possible. If you have questions regarding something specific, please be specific, and we will do our best to help everybody out. Again, I'm just going to play some Tour 10. I can play any tour you want, so that way you can see some adjustments. I don't mind at all. The goal here is to help and teach. All right. So this next shot is actually going to be uphill 20%. So what we're going to do is take off 20% of our wind adjustment. So what I do to there is take 20% off of the total wind. Oh gosh. So unfortunately, we have a headwind, straight headwind. So I'm not going to take off any adjustment. Our landing spot's going to be back here somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and put a couple bars top spin and right spin here just to help us out. So what I like to do is I utilize the take shot button. I'm going to turn my screen around here so you can see. I will use the edge, outside edge, and then we're going to adjust our wind accordingly here. Not bad. We'll have an easy putt for eagle. All right, let's see here. Hey, Ron. Good to see you, brother. Chad. My goal is to primarily get better with a sniper as it's 100% accuracy and used for most shots into the green. Chad, I would agree. Up until 2 or 10, sniper's pretty good. You can use it just about every shot in 2 or 10. But I have started utilizing the Guardian and also my Cataclysm now that it's level 4 for distance purposes. It does come in handy on a few holes. In Tour 11, I'm almost all Guardian and Cataclysm. I don't use the sniper at all, really. But I will make sure I use sniper in our next few holes here, just so you can get a look and see how I adjust. Remember, even though the sniper is 100% accurate, there is min, middle, and max distance adjustments for the sniper. So I encourage you to take some notes, grab some paper, maybe make yourself a little chart. I'll show you how I base my adjustments. Again, not everything's perfect, but the goal is to be as accurate as we can. Yeah. If you have questions specifically on certain clubs, let me know. I can help you get your adjustments there. Hey Dale, good to see you, brother. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever it is where you're at. It's 11:37 here in North Texas, Dallas area. I live in Wiley, so it's a few miles north of DFW, the main metroplex here. Good game to our opponent. Alright, so my main bag, and I will show you all my main bag, what I use as much as possible, especially through Tours 9 and 10. I will show you my main bag here. My main bag is Extra Mile 8, Sniper 10, Goliath, Thorn. I do use the Rapier, Nirvana, and I had Spitfire in just because I'm playing the tournament right now. And the extra distance comes in handy. Most of the time I will use a Malibu. My first bag is a shorter bag, quarterback, when I really need that accurate drive. Mental note, quarterback and sniper have the same adjustments, mid, and max. Dale, San Antonio, all right, man. Hello, Forza Cartel 74. Welcome to the chat. All right, so Let's play another hole here. Now, as I hope most of you do, I select different bags depending on different winds and different holes. So, and I'll explain that. Maybe that will help you out as well. But again, the goal here is to help learn the rings and adjustments. All right, so we have a headwind here. I'm going to go ahead and use my main bag with the sniper. This hole is easy reachable to sniper. All right, so in max distance of our club, obviously I'm here, but we're going to land. We want to position our cursor. Once you learn the max adjustments and ball adjustments, that really helps you. Then you just have to win the wind. Okay, so extra mile 8. Accuracy is about 0.5 per mile an hour, so about 2 miles per hour per ring. So we are going to adjust just over 4 rings here. I'm going to come to the middle of the yellow ring. And no curl, nothing, just going to put a great shot. Oh, man. We might hit rough on the left side here. We'll be okay. Check on some chats here. Can you show how to adjust for short iron dunks? I never can make it accurately. Absolutely. If we get into dunk range, I hopefully can give a little tutorial there. Robert, Charleston, South Carolina. Awesome, man. So good afternoon. Been to Charleston a few times and Savannah. Used to play travel ball, so been out that way a lot. Chad, I just now got to APOC 4 in my main account, so I don't really have the wind adjustment dialed in my memory for the extra mile. It is technically longer than the APOC 4 by 2 yards, so I just go ahead and use it. I do have APOC 4 in a bag, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. But the adjustment is like 0.6 per ring, so it is a little bit different. All right. So remember, just because you have a headwind doesn't mean you always have to go max distance and overpower. A lot of times you can play back farther and make your adjustments there. So this is more of a side wind, and we're going to come in here right there. Okay, so in max distance, sniper is actually 1-to-1. So I use a take shot button again. The middle of the yellow ring is 0. So if you go one end to the other, that was terrible. The middle of the yellow ring is center. So if you go to the outside edge of the yellow ring, either direction, it counts as 1 ring. And then you move forward to your orange or red ring. Then you move to your blue ring, the clear ring, and then the white ring. I try to do as much as possible using each ring, using the take shot, the edge of the take shot button for my adjustments. And you'll see why you can really guesstimate a lot better when you're using a straight line and something that's permanently set on the screen to make your adjustments. The other factor is your wind arrow. I like to pull my adjustment away from the wind arrow rather than to the wind arrow, so that way I can pull it towards me. Good morning, Anthony Cass. Good to see you, brother. Forza, do you think it's easier to dunk with high accuracy clubs like Hornet and more effective? I think I'm indifferent. I have dunked with just about every club in the bag, even including a sniper. So therefore, I think it's all about adjustments and learning where in the cup to put the ball. And then also it's all about hitting perfect shots. You got to hit perfect. You don't have much room for error there when you're working on a dunk. Dale, I could go for a dunk out of the sand. I need to change my club out and put the Malibu here. I just have the Spitfire on for distance because I'm getting ready for the tournament. So the extra distance matters if you get into a fairway bunker. It will save your bacon. So our opponent just went for a dunk and under-adjusted terribly. I don't know why he would do that. Yes, perfect is very important, Forza. Typically, I don't try to dunk with any club besides a short iron or a wedge, and really, I don't even use a wedge to dunk unless I'm specifically playing a dunk type tournament or something. I prefer to play it back and use my topspin as much as possible with the ball guide to give myself a much better shot and more forgiveness. The farther you have to hit the ball, the less forgiving you are when you hit a great shot and not a perfect shot, and also with or without the wind. All right, so here's a perfect example of an adjustment I want to show you. I typically always play this with the Goliath. It's a 20% downhill adjustment. So we're going to add 20% to our adjustment. So when I say add 20% to our adjustment, I'm going to take 9 miles per hour. There's our wind right there. And I'm going to multiply it basically by 20%. So that's going to be 1.8. So therefore I'm going to adjust for 10.8 rings, 10.8 wind. So with the Goliath, it's basically 0.5. So we're going to go 5 and a touch rings here. Great shot's not going to help us any, but as you can see, we'll still be pretty good shape. Roll out, please. Roll out. Terrible. Okay, so the other thing you have to always take into consideration is headwind versus tailwind versus side wind. In headwind, you always want to add a little bit extra to any ball, any adjustment. If you have a headwind that's pretty strong, you might want to add an extra half a bar of spin, or take away a half a bar. Say you have a big headwind and you're playing a backspin shot, you probably want to reduce your adjustment by a half a bar or a bar of backspin, because the ball guideline will actually compress, and every time the ball is in the air, the wind's going to be pushing against your ball. So every bounce, your distance is shortened up that much more. Hey, Tim, good to see you, buddy. Enjoy your day, man. Enjoy your vacation, brother. Fortunately, I played a bad shot here. All right, let's try this again here. Let's play a different tour. We'll go down to tour 9. Actually, you know what? Let me change clubs here to Malibu. All right. How's everybody doing on your weekend rounds? I haven't even played. I got 4 to play. Haven't played them at all. Let's see here, Robert. Okay. Best source for factors for each club based on their accuracy. No longer have notebook installed. You know what? That's a great question, I tell you the easiest way. You don't need any app. You don't need any notebook or caddy or anything like that. You can simply do it with a calculator. So as soon as we get done with this hole, I'll show you the easiest way to calculate how to adjust for your wind. It'll go for any ball, any adjustment. It's just purely based off of your club's accuracy. And then obviously, if you've played the game long enough, you know certain balls fly better. Some don't fly well. Some do better in headwind. Some do better in tailwind. Like Titan, for example, you got a tailwind. It's hard to beat the Titan. All right. All right, so if you guys have played this here, this shot here is actually 30% downhill from the second tee. I'm going to come down to 4. This shot is 30% downhill. So 7.6, we're looking at like 2.5 extra miles per hour. So I'm just going to adjust it for 10. One thing you can do here is zoom out a little bit and make your adjustment for fail swoop. So I'm going to go from the outside of the white ring here to the outside edge of the other white ring. On the other side, that's 10 total rings. No overpower. Perfect shot. It's going to come up a little bit short. Oh, man. What in the world? Hey Logan, good to see you, bud. Welcome back. Yes, Robert, you're right. There are charts available. Also, it is a good idea to keep a little notebook with your adjustments, your ring adjustments for min, mid, and max for your clubs in all your bags specifically. I really do like the Golf Clash notebook for tools. I don't use it in game. I think that's cheating, in my opinion. But I just use it for reference materials. All right. So with the Malibu is actually a very accurate club. Touch the topspin here. So in a short distance here, you're talking like 3 miles per hour per ring. Okay, so we're just gonna adjust it up about a ring and a half here. Using the take shot button, just like I showed you there. Nope. Sometimes you get lucky and the ball goes in. All right, let's see. Best thing to remember is based on accuracy. 100% accuracy is 1 mile per hour per ring. 50 accuracy is 2 miles per hour per ring. 0 accuracy is 3 miles per ring. Robert, that is actually a very good note. Thanks for sharing that. It is true. Again, the tricky part is when you get clubs, say like the Guardian. Its max accuracy is about 90%, so yeah, 0.9 per ring on a max distance. That's when it gets tricky, and you have to really take time and do math in your head quick. Again, it's simple math. Break everything down into tens if you can, and that'll be the best thing to do to help yourself out. All right, so I don't play any elevation adjustment on this hole specifically. It's a head/crosswind in 7. The one thing is, depending on which driver you use, you might be in mid distance or max distance. So, therefore, you have a different adjustment to make depending on which club you use. And I think we have the quarterback on. All right. All right, so the Sniper is a very accurate club. We're going to play it here, just below max distance. Okay, I like to go like 2 up and 3 right, and we're going to play about a full ball of curl here. All right, so in headwind, like I said, I'm always going to adjust for max and give an extra push. So I'm going to play about 8 rings here. Got lucky. I didn't time out. All right, so after this here, we will, Chad, I'll show you how to do a calculation based on your club. It's a decent shot, not a great shot. I'd like to get under 1 if I can here. I should have pushed my target back up a little bit more. Okay, so let's do some basic math. Chad, this will help you out here. All right, so let's take, you're talking, well, the Sniper's easy, right? So Sniper, as you can see here, is 100% accuracy. All right, let's take a different club. Let's take Goliath. All right, 52% accuracy. Again, Robert kind of hit this one on, it's basically 50%. But if you take 52 and you divide it into your wind, you can get yourself a ring adjustment. All right, so let me see if I have a calculator. I have a calculator right here. All right, so if we take 52 and we'll say we have a 12 mile an hour wind, and we can multiply it by 0.52. All right, we have a 3.61 ring per adjustment there, if that helps you out. That's the easiest, fastest way to give yourself an adjustment to help you out. Using your calculator, multiplying your accuracy level by what your wind is, it'll give you an estimated amount of ring adjustment. That's the easiest, fastest way. Again, it's not 100%, but it will allow you to get better with your adjustments. Let's see here. Every 5 accuracy is 0.1, so 95 is 1.1. That's correct, Robert. I think that gets too technical a lot of times for most people. Again, if you're adjusting for wind, try to keep it to big numbers. So here's 8.5 wind, and it's a tailwind. So whenever I have a tailwind, I always adjust for a little bit extra, maybe add 10%. So we'll just call it 9 miles an hour wind with this tailwind that our opponent has. So I would adjust for 9 just to make sure I'm having a good, solid adjustment. Keep in mind, the more power balls you use, if it's a power 3, it's going to fly a little farther. It's going to catch more wind. So you always add, say on a power 3 ball, you add 10% to a tailwind. And then again, also, if you have a strong headwind, you might add percentage, depending if you're using topspin or backspin. All right, so Chad, I'm going to use extra mile and sniper. Okay. I'm going to use max left here, and I'm actually going to use 2 bars of backspin. I'm going to show you a trick. Here's how you make your wind adjustments. We want our ball to land about right there, up here at max power, right? So, easy way. Again, turn your screen. Extra mile is about 2 miles per hour for wind, so we're going to adjust for 10. Okay, half of the yellow there. I'm going to put my club in max distance. Now I don't have to do as much overpower. Running out of time there trying to describe this as we're talking here. Oh, I'm going to be a little long here. Stop. So I didn't need as much overpower, but that's because I was rushing. So one thing you can do is called wind effect, is what I just did there. Say you have a crosswind like we had. A lot of times you're adjusting into negative space instead of adjusting in max distance. So therefore, if you take your ball guide and you push it all the way back up into max distance, just by using the wind that you have in the game, you can gain more distance out of your club than you normally would have just by playing the wind properly. So what we did there, we adjusted back against the wind so we could align for our proper landing spot where we wanted to land. And then we pushed our club back up into max distance, where if you drew an imaginary straight line back across the fairway, you would have noticed it would have been 2.5, 3 yards farther than what we originally had. So all kinds of opportunities here by making wind adjustments to play the wind in your advantage. All right, so see, we got a max distance here, and you can't, without going into overpower, can't make adjustments. So we have slightly a tailwind here. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to back our club up into this nook here. Let me zoom out here. And I'm just going to play 1 bar backspin just so it bites a little bit here. Okay. I know I'm using a rough iron. A max distance with Nirvana is like 0.4.5, so we're just going to play it 5 rings as an adjustment. And we are going to play some overpower. Now this ball is going to be in the sand most likely because I hit it great right. Believe it or not, the Nirvana is very accurate, but any of your rough iron, your sand irons, they could be 100% accurate, like the Malibu is. But more than likely, you're going to have 2 miles an hour or so per ring at max distance. It's a safe bet to give. Some clubs, it's still 3. For example, the Spitfire, it's really accurate. But when you're traveling that far, you have to over-adjust. And I find I'm always over-adjusting with Spitfire. I'm not playing very good on these holes for you guys. Apologize if my audio is bad. I have the sniffles today, so... Okay, so one thing you can do is zoom out here, and you can see where your club goes into max distance. See, it's way out there. So I'm really this is going to be what you call a field shot. All right. So I got Max back here. And I'm just going to adjust it just outside. Let the wind push me just a touch. Hopefully it carries the hole. Hopefully we hit a good shot here. I cannot hit a ball to save my life today. Robert. Andrew, all great info. I think the issue a lot of us have is remembering club accuracy within the match. That's right. It's probably the number one struggle for most people is remembering how to do your adjustments. That's why, in my opinion, it's very, very important to play with 1 or 2 bags. I know we all love having 4 and 5 bags if it's possible, so we can have different clubs for different holes specifically in a tour. But what I would highly recommend you doing is playing with the same sand wedge, the same rough iron, the same wedge, the same short iron, and the same long iron. If you can play with those same 4, then you just really have to remember the accuracy and the adjustments for your wood club and your driver. Anyone who plays Golf Clash knows that you really don't have to remember that much when it comes to clubs if you play the same clubs in every bag. So I use the same club in every single bag, same clubs minus wood club, and all I do is adjust. Uh-oh, I didn't adjust. Oh, this is not good. Should still be okay. Haven't played 2 or 9 in a long time. So again, I would encourage you, get a little note card. Even a business card is great. You can keep it in the back of your phone pocket if you play on your phone, and just write your adjustments down: mid, min, and max. If you have questions on which specific clubs and you don't know, ask me. I will give you those numbers today while we're on the chat here. I have some memorized, and I can figure out the rest for you if you have questions. So please ask, and I can give you those numbers. Not a problem at all. Glad to help. So speaking of, Chad, you mentioned you like the sniper. So when you're in min distance, the lowest distance possible, you're actually only going to adjust 0.8 per ring, 0.8 miles per hour per ring. So say you have 10 miles an hour in mid distance, you're actually only going to adjust for 8 rings instead of 10. If you're in mid distance, it's 0.9, and then max distance is 1 to 1. So take that into account when you are. Nice shot by our opponent here. Granted, my favorite ball is a Titan ball, so I just play the Titan ball. I don't want to play 10, I want to play 9. So I play 9. Wouldn't have played another 9 hole for you here. My favorite ball is a Titan ball. I know all my adjustments with the Titan ball, but I like it with against wind and with tailwind. It's a good ball to play. All right, so what questions do you guys have? I know I'm kind of just playing, but I'm trying to describe situations as we go along here. Ooh, this is a tough hole with headwind. All right, so we are going to play a max overpower shot on this hole, and I'm actually going to play a touch of left spin instead of right spin, and I'll show you why. We want our ball to hug that trap there in the middle. So it looks like our opponent switched to a solstice ball. He might have a little bit too much hook on that. I'm going to play this with the extra mile, just because I have the extra 2 yards will matter. I'm going to play right curl here. I'm going to play top spin and left spin to give us a kick there. And I'm going to play a Titan ball. All right, so 9.5, man. I'm going to play a max curl right here. And our ball is we're going to land probably like right here somewhere. So you see my ball guideline, it's actually going to kick itself back up left. All right. I'm just trying to catch myself in imagination of where I want to make sure we land here. All right. We got a perfect shot there. We're going to have some pushes of wind. Let's see where our ball lands. Yep, bottom right corner of the fairway there. And look at this. Roll out nicely. Give ourselves a chance here for an albatross. A little short there, but 12 miles an hour is big wind on 2 or 9. I'm really surprised it's that high. Okay, so this shot is 10% uphill. So we will take 10% off of our adjustment when we're shooting this shot here. Now our opponent has 6.5 miles per hour. I didn't see how far of distance he was in here, but it's going to be close to a 1-to-1 adjustment, and then minus 10%. So he would take off 0.66 rings. So he would play this shot like 6 rings instead of 6.5. I'm going to show you our full adjustment, stretch it out, show you how to tell if you're in mid, min, or max distance. I know I'm saying that backwards, sorry. And we are going to play the rough bump as well. Get in the hole. Wow, nice shot. When you are caught between clubs and need to use less power, is there a formula? No, not really. It's more of a feel thing. I will tell you that if you keep your ball up here, as long as you're up here, it's not too much of a difference, okay? All right, so this is min distance right here, and that is max distance. So we're going to play in between mid and max. So instead of 0.9 and 1, so it'd be somewhere in there. Minus 10%, so we're going to just play this 8 rings, okay? Make sure your wind arrow is pointing directly away from you. 5, 6, 7, 8. This should put us fairly close. A little bit high. Playing quick for y'all. Dale, that is one reason I really like to use the Goliath. Most of the time, if you have a Goliath, you don't have in between clubs. My bag is the Thorn and the Goliath paired up together, so therefore I really don't. It transitions pretty nicely, and the Goliath transitions really nicely to the Sniper, which is about the shortest wood you're going to use. You're not going to use anything else. Once you get to a certain level, you're either using Sniper, Guardian, or Cataclysm. Some people like Big Dog, but depending on what level your Big Dog is compared to your Cataclysm, it's the same club pretty much, except for the Cataclysm, once it's above level 5, is really nice, so with a lot of spin. Most of you will either use Sniper or Guardian or Big Dog. Man, I'm getting a lot of headwind here. This is ridiculous. I can't show you guys what I want to show you. All right. Make sure I have Sniper. Okay, I do. So we're going to play down here. This is downhill 10%. I'm actually going to put max top and max left, and we're just going to play over here to play safe. All right. Again, I'm going to zoom away till the wind arrow is away from us, directly away from us. I try to match it up with my banner deals, the points there. All right. And we're going to go to the back side. We're going to go 6 rings for adjustment, which is on the other side of the yellow. That's 6 rings here. Oh my gosh. We'll still be okay though. Perfect. I need to use the Goliath more often, add it to the bag. Absolutely. I'll tell you this. I play a lot of 2 or 10, 2 or 11. Tons and tons and tons of people use the Goliath. The distance is a big deal. And once you max it out at level 8, it's got a lot of nice spin. It's got full top spin all the way up, and it's got, I don't know, 5 or 6 bars of backspin, which is really nice, so it works good. Hey, Junior, good to see you, brother. Welcome. Hey, Artist, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Welcome. We are just playing, and this is a little 2 or 9 here. I wish they would take this course back off of 2 or 9. I hate this course. That's okay, though. All right, so we're going to find ourselves with distance here. All right, so that's max distance right there. And again, there is min distance. See the instant transition, we don't have a buffer zone. So we're going to play in min distance with our sniper. All right, I'm going to go a ton of backspin here, like 4.5 bars. And again, min is 0.8, so we're actually going to play this with 8 rings. All right, now this is dangerous because of trees, but I'm going to play it with curl just to let our ball carry out. Take our trees out of it here. We should still be in the clear. Yeah, we're good. Get in the hole. Ding. All right, Junior. In match, reference to adjustment was something I really want to know about as well. Yes. So what I just did there, I found what adjustment works. We found out that our sniper was in min distance, which is 0.8 per mile an hour, not 1-to-1. Okay, guys, that's really important. So we only needed to move 8 rings. If we would have moved 10 rings, our ball would have came in left on that shot about 2 squares, which is a big deal. So it's very important to know what distance of your club you're in to make your adjustment there, okay? You don't have to be scared of big winds, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 miles per hour. It's all about making the right adjustments, and you can do this. Hey, Gary, good to see you, bro. Absolutely, man. Welcome to the stream. We just had a nice little albatross shot here, so let's see if this guy will rematch us. He's got some banners there. He's an Endbringers guy. Maybe we can rematch. Nope, he don't want to rematch. All right. Our clan should be happy. We're grinding some points here. Let's go back to 2 or 9. So regardless of wind, yes, regardless of wind, even if you had 1 mile per hour wind, your club, you still need to know if you're in min distance, mid distance, or max distance. You always need to do that because it could be a difference between a third of a ring or a whole ring. And depending on which club you're shooting with, say you're shooting with a Goliath or a Thorn or an extra mile, those rings are larger because you have less accuracy. If you notice, a sniper, the rapier, those clubs are very accurate, so the rings are actually very small, so your adjustments can be very precise, where if you have less accurate clubs, like the extra mile, like the big dog, the Goliath, the Thorn, that's why you have more miles per hour per wind ring, because they're more forgiving, quote unquote, but it's hard to be as accurate. So therefore, it's important to know the differences. All right, with the Titan here, I'm going to switch bags. I'm going to go to my Apocalypse here. Actually, you know what? I'm not. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to switch to a Katana Ball so I can have the spin. Now, I'm going to show you this. We're in max distance. The clear ring, the outside edge of the clear ring is 8 miles per hour on the extra mile. So you can see where we're going to land here. I'm just going to go full straight with about a half a ball of curl here. Now this should come in fairly nice. And we're going to be up in the bunker. So see, if I use my APOC there, I could have a whole bunch more curl. And granted, I had a lot more curl on the extra mile. But I'm trying to use adjustment purposes and show you guys rather than just play the holes. On this hole, I would actually power hook it with the extra mile and put it up on the green. It's a lot easier to do there. Hey, Robert, thanks for coming, brother. Say hello to your boys. I know you said you might bring them in and join, so hope you guys have a blessed Saturday, man. Take it easy, bro. All right. Doo-doo-doo. Close shot by our opponent here. All right, so again, in in the when you're short shots here, you really want to play with as much feel as you can. Okay. Now our wind is going in this direction right here, so our line's going to get pushed here. So if you watch here, see my guideline, it stays in the hole no matter which way I play it. So that's where I want to play my landing zone because the wind's going to have less effect. And that way if I hit great one way or the other, we have a chance to put this in the hole. So we have a chance here. If we get a good rollout, get in the hole. There you go. So I hope you guys saw that there. By turning your screen, finding the arrows, a lot of times you can find a spot where it's going to give you forgiveness, whether you hit a great shot right or left. That in this case, we hit a great right shot, but we found a spot where the wind won't affect our ball as much. All right. If there's a specific tour you guys would like, please hit me up in the chat. Let me know. I can help you with some elevation adjustments because that is part of our wind adjustment. Okay, if we're going 10% uphill, we're going to take 10% off of our wind. 10% downhill, we're going to add 10% of our wind to it. Okay. And I know if you watch a lot of other videos and streams, a lot of these guys, they're saying 10%, 15%, 20, 30, 40%. And sometimes it feels like, what are you actually talking about? It does matter, especially when you're trying to put your ball to land in a very specific place. It's a pretty good shot by our opponent right here. Let's take this shot here. Chad, let me take this shot here, and then I'll answer your question, brother. All right, I'm going to play this here. I like to play with the Titan ball, okay? So forgive me if I don't play it the way you would like it here. All right, so I like my ball to land right in there somewhere as well, like our opponent did. Max distance, quarterback is 1-to-1, just like the sniper, and we are 20% downhill. So I'm actually going to go 7, so 14, 1.4, so 8.4 rings here. And our ball will land exactly where we want it to be. You look, our landing zone, right in between the bunker and the perfect. Absolutely perfect tee shot here. It's exactly what we want. Okay, so Chad, what are the numbers for your number one bag? I may set up a bag identical, so when asking you questions, clubs will match. Extra Mile, Sniper, Goliath, Thorn, Rapier, Nirvana, and Malibu. That is my main bag. I play that mainly on 10, 9, and 10. Chad, exactly what you said there. I only put the Spitfire in when I'm playing tournaments. Because if I do hit a fairway bunker, I want a chance to recover and still save birdie, eagle, whatever. In 8, 9, and 10, I use 2 bags. All the same clubs, except I have a quarterback instead of a extra mile. And then I have the same bags paired up with an Apocalypse. And then my 4th bag, I will do either an extra mile with my Cataclysm, or I'll do a APOC with the Cataclysm. So that way I always have the distance. Right now I have my bag set up for the tournament, so I can't really show you. Alright, so this one's going to be 10% uphill. We're going to play it back farther. Okay, so that's max distance here, but we're still going to play a max adjustment. Okay. Utilize the spin, utilize the curve, guys, for what shots you want here, okay? Alright, so we have a tailwind. It's in our face. So again, wind pointed away. Match the wind arrow up to your banner arrow. It's the easiest way. We're going to go 10, and we're going to add 10%. Okay. Perfect shot here. Ball should come in up above the ridge. Actually, I didn't get it up high enough, so I could have used one more bar of topspin. I bet that would have kept us up on the ridge. Thanks for tutorial. Absolutely, Dale. Mike, how do you tell elevation? You know, it is by trial and error and a lot of research, playing, and watching a ton of videos, other experts in the game, guys like Tommy and Tim Olson, Neo. There's a whole bunch of guys that are really good. They're way better than I am. So you learn and you memorize, but also by trial and error, you see where your ball lands compared to where you aim it, assuming you hit a perfect shot and you make a good wind adjustment. If your ball is left or right or farther up or farther back, you know you have an elevation change there. Plus, the other thing you can do is zoom in. So if you look here, you can zoom in and see we're actually hitting uphill, even though, like, you can see it goes uphill. This close here, I don't do any wind adjustment. All I just do is throw it straight up, get it in the hole. All right. Elevation is really, really important, especially when you want to dial holes in, like for tournament time compared to just tour play. Tour play is your time to experiment and try things. So, Mike, I'm going to show you here on this, the elevation change. If you zoom out, if you see here, if you look just like this, see that the hole is downhill. It's downhill quite a bit. This hole is actually a 20% adjustment. Okay. We have our, there's max distance for a quarterback. Here's min distance. We're going to play this right in mid. So our adjustment's going to be 0.9 per ring. Okay. I'm actually going to play this backspin here because I want it to fall in. And we're going to do 20%. So I'm going to play it 6 rings here. A little bit of curl just because. And of course we hit great left. That is not good for this shot. Keep going, please. And we got really lucky there. Okay, so again, 20% downhill. Our wind was 5 miles per hour, and I added 20%. So 10% is 0.5, 20% is 1.0. Perfect math with the easy wind there, so we just added one additional ring. Granted, I hit the ball great left, but because I had extra curl on there, the curl countered the great left shot, still gave us a really good shot here. If our opponent gets inside of this, it's going to be a really good shot for him. He's got a chance to get inside of us here. Oh, no. Roll out, ball. All right, so we're going to win this hole here. Hey, Joe. Welcome. Thanks for joining the chat, sir. We have a few people in here. It's having a good day on Saturday. I know my babies are headed home. They'll be home in about 35, 40 minutes. So when they get home, I'm going to have to help the wife put the kids down for a nap. All right, this guy don't want to rematch. I'll just play 9 because I know all the elevation adjustments, just like 10. If there's a tour you guys want me to try, please let me know and I will try. Except for 11, even though I'd love to play 11 right now. I got on a bad losing streak on Monday and I lost about 150 million. So that didn't help us any. All right. So, again, Mike, I'll show you this here. Look, it's downhill just a touch, but not enough to make a difference. Okay, so I'm going to use extra mile. We're going to go like 4.5 bars topspin max left. I'm going to stretch out our adjustment here. We're going to go, our ball's going to land on the orange ring above the yellow ring. So you can see here, we are going to land in that rough here and get a nice ran out. So I actually don't need to do any overpower here. I'm just going to go a touch curl. Uh-oh. Wow. So that 10.7 mile an hour per wind played like 14 right there. I hope our opponent learned from that. They can probably reach the green with the quarterback. Unbelievable. He doesn't need overpower. Still going to go for it here, assuming we have a chance. We are. We're going to go max top, max left. All right, so here's my wind adjustment. It's 10% downhill, so we're going to add 10%, which is 0.92, so 1 mile per hour. Again, outside here, we're going to adjust for 10.2 miles per hour. Right in the middle of the yellow ring there. And now I'm going to go full overpower. Yeah, Mike, that was ridiculous. 10.7 miles per hour. Now, granted, I know I get the push with the Titan, and I gained about 10%, but that would have been 12. The ball should have landed perfectly in the middle of the fairway because we hit a really good shot there. Hopefully our opponent puts us out of our misery right here so we can end this hole and go on. Perfect shot. Well played. All right, so Chad, you were asking for numbers. For my main bag, so I will give you main numbers here, and you can keep those adjustments and write them down. So if you got a second here, write these down. For extra mile 8, you're talking 0.6 at max distance, 0.6 rings. Min distance is 0.4, mid distance is 0.5. So again, I treat it like basically 2 miles per hour per ring is really, really close, rough estimate. When I have to dial in and get real technical, I use that 0.6, 0.5, 0.4 for the extra mile. Gives us a good estimate there. For the sniper, again, max distance 1.0, mid distance is 0.9, and then min distance is 0.8. I apologize, I gave you different for the extra mile 8. It's 0.5, and then min and mid are 0.4 on the extra mile. So, sorry, I was thinking my APOC a second ago. So extra mile 8, 0.5 at max distance, 0.4 at min and mid. All right, so this is 20% downhill again, Mike. If you look right here, see how it's way down there? Downhill. So for our 7.3 rings here, we're going to add 20%, which is 1.5. So we're going to go 8.8 rings. We're going to go basically 9 rings here. Okay. No overpower, nothing, just great right's not going to hurt us none. Okay, so sniper, again, max distance 1.0, min distance is 0.8, mid is 0.9. Goliath, I have my Goliath at a level 8, which is maxed out. Max distance and mid distance are the same at 0.5, and then mid distance is actually 0.4. So like 3 miles an hour is 1 ring, basically, like 1.1 ring at mid distance. Thorn, level 8 is what I have. It is 0.6 rings for max distance, and it's 0.3 rings for min distance, 0.4 at mid. So a little bit of a big swing there, but keep that in mind. Rapier, again, that rapier is really accurate. It's 0.8 at max distance, and then 0.2 at min distance. So keep that in mind. You can go 10 miles an hour for one ring, or 5 miles an hour for one ring, excuse me. Nirvana, which I have a level 7, is 0.7 per ring, and then 0.2 at min distance. So definitely a difference there. All right, so we're in a max distance thorn here, and I'm going to play this like such. The ball is going to actually check up and come below the hole, so I'm adjusting out here. All right, so max distance thorn, again, I just told y'all, 0.6 ring. So basically, if you just do 6 times 4.8, right, is your adjustment there. I think I went one too many rings. I did. We're doing it quick here. Apologize there, guys. If we were a little farther up, I would have went for the dunk there. All right, so again, elevation is important. If you hear plus 20%, that means you're going downhill, so you're going to add to your adjustment. If you go minus 20%, that means you're going uphill, and you need to take that off of your adjustment. It does get very important. Again, if you guys enjoy playing tournaments, you know, you really have to dial your shots in, especially if you want chances at hitting hole-in-ones, albatrosses, that kind of thing. But if you're in tour play, just get the general numbers down, and you can make quick adjustments real easy. For example, I almost always play 2 miles per hour per ring for extra mile. I always play almost 1-to-1 unless I know it's mid-distance for sniper. Goliath, I always play 2 miles per hour per ring. It just makes life a lot easier. All right, so if you look here, there's a cavity here, but we're actually fairly level. So I'm going to play no difference in elevation adjustment here. We are going to get, we're going to give ourselves a chance here. All right, so I'm going to play this one backwards just because I don't want to go up on the rocks. So we're going to play 6.4 rings. So there's 5, and there's 6.4. Okay. And of course I hit great left. If you guys remember, we just had this hole in the golden shot. Chad, I'm on duty. Got to go get my crew some lunch. Thanks again, you the man. Hey, Chad, thanks for serving our communities, man, being a firefighter. We do appreciate you keeping all of us safe. Man, you have a blessed day. Stay safe out there, man. I'll talk to you later. All right, does anybody have any questions? We've been streaming pretty good here. We've been on almost an hour, so we can probably do a couple more holes here just to stream. But I'd love to answer any questions if I can, help anyone. So if you look at the difference here between our opponent and us, we actually had an adjustment to go for. We knew we were adjusting 6.4 rings. Because we were using the quarterback, it gave us an exact adjustment. Granted, I did hit the ball great left, but we still were close enough that our adjustment, just making an accurate adjustment, paid off. Yay! Let me open up some more clubs where I have max clubs already. All right. We're going to go one more hole unless you guys have any more questions. We'll call it a day here. Again, hit me up on Facebook. It is Andrew Wren. It's a different picture. If you look on my screen right here, it's my 2 kiddos. That is me. I am with Going for Broke Unhinged. Hit me up on Facebook if you'd like, and definitely try to help you out. Also, if you make a comment in the actual video here rather than in the chat, I'd be glad to get back to you and help you if you have any questions. Again, I'm not perfect. I'm no expert, but I understand the game. I understand what it takes to make good adjustments for the game and be consistent and win and help others. That's the goal. So, again, thank you all for coming out today and hanging out with us for about an hour. I do have 4 tournament rounds to play, and I'm debating whether or not I want to live stream those or not. But I have two rookie rounds, a pro round, and an expert round. So hoping for some good golf today. It's going to be a long weekend. How are you guys doing in your tournaments? All right, so our opponent had headwind, so we'll have headwind here. I am going to play it just like he played it over here. Somebody earlier asked about going for a dunk. So if we can make a good shot, a tee shot here, we will go for a dunk. All right, so we have a headwind, head and crosswind, max distance 1-to-1. So if you look here, there's 5, 6, 7.3. All right, I'm going to add a touch more topspin just to help us. I don't have to go overpower. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Stay short, please. Stay short. All right. So I forget who was asking. Forza, I believe, was the one asking. If I got that name right, hopefully I did. I am going to go for the dunk here. So we will try to make a good message, a good setup and a good adjustment. All right. 12.8 headwind. Good Lord. Oh, he's playing with the Quasar. So the thing with the dunk setup is you try to go to the back of the hole as much as possible, especially if the shot is above you. Mike, yeah, I know how to dunk a little bit. Been working on it. I'm not great at it, but I've definitely been working hard on it. All right, so here we go. 11.8 miles per hour is going to be a tough wind here. Let's go back out. All right, so we're in max distance. So I'm going to play it as a max distance adjustment. And I'm actually going to play it right at the pin. I'm going to surround the hole here. Because if I go too high, it'll hit the pin and ricochet out. All right, so max backspin. All right, again, wind away from us. Using the wind arrow, we want it to point at our banner. If we point it there, it's exactly straight. Max distance is going to be 6, just a touch under 6 rings, okay? Boom. Now, let's see what we got here. Perfect shot. Wow. I was almost a whole ring off. Mike, not so epic, brother. I played that the right adjustment. Yeah, something's wrong with Playdemic today because that ball should have been really close to the hole. I played it perfect, 12 miles per hour adjustment. Even into headwind, it shouldn't have been. I shouldn't have had to adjust for 14. It's flat. Goodness gracious. About time for me to get some lunch. All right, guys, so I'm going to play this shootout here, and then I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the day. Again, please message me on Facebook, Andrew Wren. Look for my picture here. That's my profile. Or if you guys are in clan chat, let's do that too. All right, so mid, there's max. So with headwind, I'm going to play a max adjustment here. All right, we're going to play this up. And perfect. Now, I will play this one. Heck, we're going to play 5.8 rings, okay? So we're just going to play it 6 just for giggles. No curl, Just a straight shot. Oh, great left. That's not good. Thanks, Mike, for joining. Chad, good to see you. Joe, thanks for coming. Dale, Junior, Robert, Artist. Hope I didn't miss anybody. Logan, I know Logan was in here. Forza was in here. I know Tim was in here. Anthony, I know Dale was in here. I know Dave was in here. I know Ron was in here. Hey guys, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. I hate to end the stream on a bad shot, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. I need to get some lunch and get some things done so I can get ready to help my wife with the kids, get them down for a nap. But guys, it's been a great Saturday. Again, hit me up on Facebook or in the chats and game, or you can send an email to this address, which is andrewrend2e@gmail.com. It's the email for my YouTube channel, and I'll gladly help you out as best as possible, share screenshots, strategies, whatever. All right, guys, well, our opponent didn't hit a great shot either, so it's going to come down to who was closest by an awful shot, and we're going to get lucky and get the win. So you guys be blessed. I do appreciate every one of you joining us, and have a great Saturday. I'm sure I'll see several of you in chat here in the next few minutes. All right, guys, have a great day. Be blessed.